problem solving. How to solve problems in life, and because we spend most of our time in life solving problems, financial problems, physical problems, psychological problems, emotional problems or mental problems, relational problems, etc., etc., etc. But what if there is a way to actually solve all of those problems? Would you want to know that way? One of Einstein's most famous quotes says, "We cannot solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them." Now, what does that mean, and how can we solve problems if we cannot use the same kind of thinking we used when we created them? My intention is that the following animation will answer those questions for you. Now enjoy the animation. Nature is way more intelligent than we can comprehend with our minds. So let us use the intelligence of nature as our fundamental base. Everything in nature that is alive to the fullest without any problems flows abundantly, just like our blood flow. And everything alive or flowing in nature that gets blocked or stops flowing heads towards problems or towards a flat line. So simply put, every problem can be interpreted as a blockage of a natural intended abundant flow. In the same way, when our emotions, here symbolized by our heart, flow without obstructions or problems, we experience bliss, unconditional love and connection with ourselves, and independent fulfillment. When our heart is liberated without obstructions or problems, we are a magnet to share our connection or love. When we are connected with our authentic core purpose or inner diamond, we flow over with enthusiasm and use our brain to share with the world what we authentically have to give without obstructions or problems. And when we give abundantly without obstructions to as many people who can benefit from our gifts, we will receive an abundant flow back as a natural consequence. In other words, when everything flows in our lives, all of our problems are solved. Let's symbolize this tree as our life. But how come that during our lives we start to experience obstructions or problems, here symbolized by dark, rotten apples? How come that we start to experience financial problems, physical problems, psychological, emotional, mental problems, relational problems, etc.? To be able to find the answer, we must be willing to become radical honest with ourselves and start looking underneath the surface at the very root cause. From the moment we are born until now, we all experience painful emotions. And that pain sets around our pure, fulfilled, liberated heart. And because we haven't found a way to resolve that pain, we learned to close ourselves up from our painful emotions out of fear to feel them again. But we didn't only close ourselves up from our unsolved pain, but also from our pure, fulfilled heart and our inner core diamond or purpose. In other words, we started to block or numb our core, our heart, and our inner diamond or purpose. And that is why most of us don't even know that they do have an authentic inner diamond or untouched, fulfilled feelings hidden inside. We closed ourselves up from our core and feelings by living through our limited analyzing thinking or our mind, constantly and restlessly in fight and flight mode, looking for distractions away from our unsolved pain. And living chronically blocked out of fear to feel unsolved emotions literally injects our body chronically with fight and flight biochemicals like cortisol and adrenaline, which knock our immune system out of balance and produce disease symptoms as very valuable warning symptoms that we are heading in the wrong, unnatural, obstructed direction, which is the root cause of our physical problems. In the same way, when we are blocked from our authentic core or purpose, we cannot flow over from enthusiasm from what we authentically, abundantly have to give, and therefore we cannot receive financial abundance in return either, which is the root cause of our financial problems. In the same way, when we are blocked from our authentic, blissful core feelings and purpose, and constantly are living in our limited, restless mind looking for distractions instead, is the root cause of our psychological, emotional, and mental obstructions or problems. In the same way, when we are closed up from our own connection or unconditional love with ourselves, we cannot experience liberated unconditional love and connection with another either, which is the root cause of every relational obstruction or problem. So living closed up from our heart, core, and diamond, and only using our limited thinking as a distraction from our obstructions is the root cause of all of our problems. Still, we use the same kind of thinking to look for distractions to solve our problems. We actually think that by overcompensating with, for example, chasing status symbols, we will actually solve our scarcity feelings due to the disconnection from our inner diamond or purpose. We actually think that by numbing our very valuable disease symptoms, we will actually solve living chronically in fearful fight and flight modus at the root. We actually think that by numbing our very valuable psychological disease symptoms with distractions, we will actually solve our disconnection with our core and feelings. We actually think that by running away from a relationship into a new one, or by blaming the other for how we feel, that we will actually solve our own disconnection with our own core and love. And this is what Einstein meant with we cannot solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. So how can we solve all of our problems or obstructions? Well, by learning to solve or to break free from all the obstructions from the very root up, until the only thing left to be experienced is the abundant flow on every level, financially, physically, emotionally, relationally, etc. Before we continue, if you like these in-depth videos, please like and share these videos with your friends. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to not miss out any of these future in-depth videos, designed to help improve the quality of your life drastically from the very inside out. Now, I created a free platform where I want to share with you 4 free videos which build upon this video regarding breaking free from all the obstructions or problems from the very root up. And you will be able to download a PDF checklist to discover where you are still blocked at the root for your own reference. And you will get a tool to get you past any symptom of fear towards complete liberation. And you will also receive a major insight that will set your mind free. Now click here so I can send you the videos. Now, thank you very much for allowing yourself to be radical honest with yourself, to stop pointing outward, but to solve the problems from the very inside out, which is the key towards lasting change. I will see you in the videos.